What is up, YouTube? Finishing up those animals. We got the clear big ovens going, 450. I got two thermostats, so I get a better reading. The rear one, I actually need to shift because it's sitting pretty close to the burner, so it's not really overly accurate. And we do have a fan in there, so I usually go by the top number, but those should be about done. Made a big old watery mess in front of this oven because we went through and rebent the chopper kickstand again. So I stood it way more upright. I could probably go a little bit more, but with how long this is, I really don't want to. The stock one was too tall. This I think is a little bit better. We'll at least try it there. If I need to torch it and bend it back a little bit more, we will. I had it up a little bit higher, but it got a little tippy. So on something that kicks over, I like it to lean a little bit just because I started on the kickstand. I got a couple buddies that kickstart their shovel heads with them upright, standing on top. I don't know how they do it. Give them credit, but that's not for me. So we're gonna try and fire that thing up once I shut this down. And it's cold. I haven't tried kicking it over at all yet. So we'll see how this goes today. It's 70 degrees out again. And then we got some cold weather coming, and then thunderstorms, and I don't know. Mother Nature's not happy one way or the other. But it's 70 degrees in February, so I'm not complaining. Let's try and fire this thing up. Don't mind the giant pile of leaves that I haven't swept up yet. All right, so I had a couple people asking about no choke, just the gas on, so I'll let that fill up for a minute. We do actually have gas today, so that's nice. Rode this yesterday, filled it up. No choke. I'm gonna do 2 kicks, no choke. Key on. Closer, see? She really does like the warm weather. I'm trying not to lean on this kickstand too much because I soaked it with water, but it's still not cold. All right, we'll go 1 with the choke on. Come on. Ooh, she's spraying gas like crazy. Why is that coming out there? Okay. She's coming back out the overflow. Might have to adjust the float a little. So I haven't messed with the carb yet, like I said. And I wanted to start there as is. So we got the gas off now. Come back to this in a minute. I don't want to keep kicking and get tired yet. Come on. Bump the idle just a hair. Right there. Oh, Jesus Christ. So close. So close. So she's definitely got gas. I'm gonna let this sit. Now I'm determined though. Come on. What does it want? You can hear it. I mean, it's way closer to starting every time now than it has been in quite a while. This was a 3 kicker yesterday. Whew. It's the first time she's kicked back on me. Okay, she's going on timeout for a minute. So close. So close. I thought that would have gone right away today. So that's where I had it bent originally. I just put a 2x4 underneath. But she gets a little tippy at this height. I might like it though. Seems to like that better. So I'm really curious now if it is just a float adjustment. Very well could be. Back to the choke. Maybe I should bend that kickstand a little bit more. Bummer. Now I'm running the pace and kicking. No edits on this one, so if you're bored of it, that's why. But 2x4 underneath with where I had it. I also don't know if that moved a little bit more for me kicking it, putting weight on it. We'll let it warm up and go for a ride. Okay. So I think we need a little bit more bending on the kickstand. I just ripped it around the shop. I'm not taking it out today. But she's running way better in this warm weather. I'm guessing the timing is probably okay with where it's at. It's just a matter of that starting sequence. I think the carb's leaning over too much. Hopefully that showed up in the video. I'll find out in editing. But if you were watching the starting procedure, the first couple times, even with the choke off, it was pouring gas out those little overflows. I don't have the overflow tubes hooked up, but you could see it every time I tried to kick. It was squirting gas out the overflow tubes, which tells me that that float definitely needs to be adjusted, or it's still at too much of a lean angle. So we'll yank that carb off. I'll lower the float a hair, and then riding around, it pulls awesome all the way through. Low end to mid-range is fantastic. It breaks up a little up top, which I'm kind of thinking is a lean symptom. I'm also still looking for the air cleaner, so once I get the air cleaner, I'll upjet it after we put that back on and see if that makes a difference. But for now, I'm pretty happy with it. We'll come back tomorrow now that we adjusted the kickstand, and we'll try that again. Now it's warm, so it's not going to be cold enough to do any trial and error yet. So that'll be another day tomorrow. Tomorrow's supposed to be even warmer than today, so we'll get out a little bit tomorrow, I think, and try this all over again. I think I messed up on the kickstarting part of that, because that was the closest that's ever been to lighting off right away. Just gas on, no choke. I think if it was up on the board, it probably would have been okay and lit off. Just switching that to putting the board back on made quite a difference. So quick little update. We'll rip this around tomorrow, and I'll add that into this one video, turn it into one instead of multiple, because I'm bored of kickstart videos. She's getting close though. Well, it's the next day. Still up at the shop. Still got this on a 2x4. I know I got to pull the carb apart and readjust the float to accommodate the fuel leak, but we got another 70-degree day, which means kind of sort of caught up on coding. So that means I'm gonna fire this up and go ride it. Actually enjoy it instead of trying to tune anything. Take like an hour or so before the hailstorm comes and enjoy. So hopefully this thing starts. All right, gas on. do 2 chokes. Falling off the board over here. Choke off, key on. Go for a fun little rip. Not bringing you guys with. Update later. Well, it's a couple days later. Per usual, I went through to edit the end of this video, doing the quick little recap after ripping this around, and the audio did not record. So 3 minutes repeating and talking about all the things that happened. So now I got to try and remember them 3 days later. So bike was running really well. I think the rings are finally starting to break in and wear in a little bit better. It was 70 degrees, no hiccups, no sputters, ran nice and strong through the entire RPM range, and it was a consistent 3 or less kicks every time. If I turned it off and it was still warm, 1 kick, no primers, no nothing, just basically key on and go. Fires right up when it's warm. And if I stayed somewhere for a little bit, got the motor cool, not cold, but cool to the touch, it was within 2 kicks. So overall, starting wise, this is in pretty good shape. I do still want to adjust the float. And the only other issue is, remember that rocker box oil leak? She came back. So I'm going to try and see if I can dig out another set of rocker boxes and maybe address it. Or I might just kind of ride it around and deal with the oil leak for a little bit. There's a good chance this thing's getting listed for sale pretty soon, so we'll kind of see what we're going to do on that one. But I'm happy with it. She's starting easy. Definitely the kickstand bending and the carb being angled in way too much had quite a bit to do with the hard start issue. So now consistently it's usually 3 kicks or so, even on a nice cold motor. 2 primers with the choke on, turn the choke off, and key on and let her rip, and she usually tries to light off. So we're done with kickstarting videos because that's about as dialed as I think I'll get it. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all the other fun things. Going back to the moped later on today. Gonna start messing around with the exhaust component of that, and then we can get that back and on the bench at the house, try and get that thing finished up while I keep trying to source some parts for the Evo. Thank you. Hit that subscribe button. We will catch you guys on the next one. The mics are already away because it died, and I realized it this time. So, chopper pipe's down on this. Well, 2-stroke pipe is done. Bring this home. Hopefully it clears the pedals. A couple things we can mess with on that. And one of the customers came by. I've been doing a bunch of work for him, also a Harley guy. He dropped me off a party favor box. So let's do an unboxing while we're at it. Let's see what we get. We got old chopper headlight, a little rusty, perfect in my opinion. Let's see, he's doing an ironhead build right now, so we got all sorts of doodads. Brake plate spacers. Control highway peg mounts, I believe. Forwards, I think. Hack and welded. Let's see, I don't really know. Primary caps. Primary caps. Sweet. Somebody beat that one pretty good, but we got caps. That cup kit, don't know which size that is. There's a lot of brand new V-twin stuff in here too. Yeah, so we have full forwards-ish. These are kind of neat. Keep those together. This is what we needed. More chrome rocker boxes, but these aren't beat up. Nothing like the ones on that chopper that's leaking out of the gasket. So that's good.
We have the title for the bike, right?
Matching sets of those. Secretary of State. Matching. Secretary of State title. Brake line. Rocker shafts and rockers. Cool. Thank you. And looks like the front motor mount. Bolts. And a brake backing plate. What's actually in here? Stock sporty one. So we use the new ones to give me the leftover tear-offs. Still good parts, just a little crustier. It's a pretty good score. That's why you gotta talk to people and network. This cost me $0 to grab all of this. You know, as I'm into Harley stuff. Nice having a coating shop too, because everybody's coming to get their bike stuff coated and kind of network a little bit. And he's brushing off all the crusty stuff for his nicer new build. And I'll take the scrappy leftovers. So that'll wrap this one up for today. We're gonna bring the moped back to the house and start. I think I'm gonna play with the Evo. Might be a new video. Get the moped up on the bench, and then I found a set of mild pullback buckhorns we might throw on the Evo. Get that slapped back together. And I'm looking for a sissy bar. Bolt-on sissy bar with a backrest. I might have one in my shed, so maybe I'll dig through there. It's really nice today. Great day to take a bike out, but busy working and things to do. So we will catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all those fun things. Talk to people. Make friends. Sometimes it works out. See you tomorrow.